Hi, I'm Liz with Summit Heating and Cooling. I'm here with Debbie this evening and we're going to talk about her new Linux system. Thank you, Debbie, for joining us.
You're welcome. Glad to be here.
So earlier tonight we were talking a little bit about your story about the sub pump when you first moved in here. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, I'd never had a sump pump before. And at night I noticed hearing this noise kind of kicking on and off and on and off. And it seemed like it was doing it all the time. And we had a lot of rain, so I just assumed that I had a water problem and this sump pump was coming on and off. So I actually called the builder and complained, and they told me they'd send somebody out to check on it. And when I hung up, I thought, well, maybe I ought to at least go downstairs and make sure that's what it was. So I went downstairs and I realized it wasn't the sump pump.
Oh no.
It was the furnace. It was the blower on the furnace. And I could tell when I was standing right beside it. So I had to call back and apologize and tell them there was nothing wrong with my sump pump.
Yeah. What were these noises like? You said you could hear it revving up and down. What other noises were you hearing?
It was just kicking on and off, and then the vents popped. They would just, when the heat would come on, the vents would, expand, I guess. I don't know what they were doing, but it sounded like they were popping.
Okay.
So,
Can you describe your old system in your old house compared to the standard builder grade system that was put in here, and then your new variable speed that Summit just recently installed?
well, the one I had originally in my old house was a Linux, and it was a variable speed, and it was super quiet. I never heard it. And I'd had it for a while, and I guess I just got really used to that. And when I contracted for the build, I asked them if I could, put that furnace in, and they wouldn't do that. They have a standard one that they put in all the houses, and so I figured, well, it can't be that bad. It's a brand new house; it'll be fine. I'll just go with that. And then when I figured out it was the furnace that was coming on and off, it just really annoyed me more and more. And so I finally talked to the salespeople at Summit about switching it out. And now I have a variable speed again, and it's super quiet, and I love it.
Good. Tell me some of the other benefits of having a variable speed furnace in your home.
Well, besides the noise thing, the heat is more even in the house than it was before.
No cold spots?
Before it would get warm, and then when the furnace would kick off, and it would get cold and then kick back on. And now it stays the same all the time. I have a little dog, and at night I close the door to the bedroom, and we stay in the bedroom. And the bedroom would get cold because wasn't circulating.
Right.
And now it doesn't matter if door open or closed; it still feels the same.
Okay. Did you get a new thermostat with this?
I did. They put in an S30
Ooh, yeah,
programmable Wi-Fi fancy thermostat, which I don't play with the thermostat very much. I don't run the temperature up and down, but it is neat that I can adjust it from away because it's connected to the Wi-Fi. I can adjust it with my phone even when I'm not here if I want to turn it down or turn it back up. And then you guys have it connected so that you can tell, and if anything goes wrong, then you'll know probably before I do. So I think that's pretty cool.
Yep. So the email would be sent to us and to Summit and to the dispatchers, and they would call the customer immediately if there was something really concerning going on.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yep. I also noticed my bill is much lower. The salesman explained to me about the old system that they took out was an 80% furnace, which means the gas that comes in, it uses 80% of that gas, turns it into heat. And this system is a 99% furnace, which means it uses 99% of the gas turned into heat, and it makes a big difference.
Right.
In my case, it may not pay for itself, but it makes a difference. It's much cheaper.
Tell me about your experience on the day that Summit installed your new system. What was it like having the guys here, and did they go over everything with you?
Yeah, they were right on time. They installed the system 2 days after I bought it, so I thought that was very fast. The guys were really, nice, friendly. They put on little booties. They put out little blankets, you know, to cover everything, and worked really efficiently and neatly. They actually did some work that on the ducts that we hadn't really talked about with the salesman. But when they started installing it, they said it would be a lot better if they made a few changes, and so I agreed to that. And they did that. So I thought it was really nice that, you know, even the install people were noticing what they could do to make it, you know, the best it could be.
Yeah. And they didn't make fun of you?
They didn't make fun of me because I was spending money to replace a brand new furnace.
I can hear that cute little puppy in the other room wanting out. She wants to come play. So one of the things we talked about earlier was your neighbors.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah. Like I said, I'm new. This is a whole new neighborhood, and I hadn't met all my neighbors, but I had one call me, one that I hadn't met, and she said she noticed that there was an HVAC company in the driveway, and was I having some kind of problem? And I said, well, actually, I'm getting a new furnace. And she said, because of the noise? Yeah, because of the noise.
Yeah.
I should let her out. Come here, come up here. Over here. Sit down.
Would you say that you're overall really happy with your purchase?
I'm thrilled.
Great.
I think it was worth every penny.
Great. Debbie, can you tell me a couple of the benefits that you would recommend about your new variable speed furnace?
Well, it's more comfortable in the house. It's more quiet in the house. I'm saving money, and I worked with a really good company. I thought you guys did absolutely spectacular. The salesman was great. All the people that worked here at the house were really good. It's just been a really good experience.
Debbie, I want to thank you for having me out this evening and visiting with me about your experience with Summit Heating and Cooling and your new variable speed system. I also want to thank you for being a loyal customer and for shopping local. You spent your hard-earned money here in Kansas City, and keeping your money local is really important. Thank you.
You're welcome. It's been a great experience.
Good.